What's up guys, welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if you're new. We do a lot of diesel related content on this channel, so hopefully you guys enjoy this video. I got a 2019 Ram 6.7 Cummins here, a 5th gen Dodge, and I'm going to be doing a video kind of showing you how it acts just stock, and then we're going to, it's going to get a delete, it's going to get a DPF and an EGR delete, and then we're going to compare it to how it acts after. So we're going to do things like exhaust sound. We'll look at fuel economy, that's a big one, power, throttle response, and then once the truck is deleted, there will also be a monitor in there to check our EGTs as well. We won't be able to check those right off the bat, but we can look at them after. But yeah, we're going to kind of go through the differences after you delete a truck. This is in no way condoning deleting your trucks. In most places, deletes are illegal. Some places have emissions testing, some don't. It's different for every state or every province, so I wouldn't just go doing this blindly. You better do your research, and yeah, if you can, just don't do this. But this video is just educational because a lot of people ask me questions like this, so hopefully it sheds some light for you guys who just don't know. So first thing we're going to check is just the sound of this thing, and this is going to sound like literally nothing because it has all these filters in the exhaust. So this is going to be really quick. I'll just fire it up, rev it up, and then we can just compare it to after, when it has aftermarket exhaust on it. So yeah, nothing really to see there, but what we're going to do now is we're going to go drive it, and we're going to do mainly a fuel economy test. We'll also be dealing with throttle response and power, but yeah, let's get at her. These trucks are just so nice, like this big screen too. I just love that so much. It's just so nice in here. But yeah, so I can see right here, his average fuel economy right now is 13.9 liters per 100 kilometers. Now I live in Canada, so we use liters per 100. I will put down though, just in text in the video, I'll put the miles per gallon as well. I can't calculate it in my head, but when I edit this video, I will put it down in the bottom of the screen. Whenever I'm referring to liters per 100, I will put miles per gallon down there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of do about a 15 kilometer drive. I'm going to reset this fuel economy first so we can actually see the average of this drive, and then after this truck is deleted, I will do the same exact drive. We also have to factor in wind, but like in Saskatchewan where I live, it is always windy, so chances are we're going to get about the same wind when we go for the test drive after that we're getting right now. Like right now, I think it's about 25 kilometers an hour northwest wind. It'll probably be pretty similar to that when we do the test drive afterwards, which probably won't be for a day or two. But yeah, we'll just have to keep that in mind. This is not perfect. This is just going to be kind of an average. Should get you a good idea of what to expect though. All right, I just reset it. So now we'll go for a drive, and we'll have a look at what the average fuel economy was, and we'll also kind of have a look at what the instant fuel economy is while we're driving as well. So I don't know if you can see that, but at about 100 kilometers an hour, we're getting about 15 liters per 100 kilometers. That's about 60 miles per hour. So yeah, 15 liters per 100 kilometers roughly at 100 kilometers an hour. And you'll kind of have to take my word for throttle response and power, because I don't really have any proper tests for that. But I don't know if like stock feels pretty good to me. Like I'm doing a pretty good pull right now, and it, you know, we're accelerating good. Everything feels good. So yeah, like it's good stock. So we'll see how it is afterwards. So at around 113 kilometers an hour, pretty much 70 miles an hour. We're still right around that 15 liters per 100 kilometers. The blue mark where you see 19.1 liters per 100, that's the average right now. But that gray bar that kind of goes around the average is what we're currently getting. So we're right at 15 liters per 100 kilometers again. And actually we've been accelerating as I've been talking, so we're at 120 kilometers now, and we're still at 15 liters per 100 kilometers. So that's probably a pretty accurate reading of what we're going to be getting stock, is around 15 liters per 100. I might be with a tailwind now or something, because if you look, we're actually getting better. We're getting probably like 13 liters per 100 kilometers now. Still factory trucks. So at 120 kilometers an hour, you know, we're getting, it's actually better, more like 13 liters per 100. I am making a big circle around town, so sometimes we might be with wind and sometimes we might be against wind, but I'm going to be doing the same exact route after the delete too. So we'll just see what the average is when we're done this trip. Okay, we're back at the shop. It actually got a little bit better driving back here in town. It was 15.5 liters per 100. It just went to 15.6, but we're going to call it 15.5 liters per 100 kilometers. So to sum it up, highway driving was right around 15 liters per 100 kilometers, and the average of the whole trip was about 15.5 liters per 100. So that's just not too bad for a 3/4 ton truck. Also keep in mind, this does have a little bit of a lift on it. He does have 35-inch tires on there, so that's gonna be a little bit bigger than stock. So that's gonna decrease the fuel economy a little bit. But anyways, we're gonna start ripping this stuff apart, and we're gonna tune it with EFI Live. And yeah, when she's all done, we'll go back. We'll see if the power increased. I know it will increase. And we'll see. The fuel economy is the biggest one I'm concerned about. And then definitely we gotta hear what it sounds like. And if you are interested in the process of actually doing this work, I'll put a little link up here in the top there, and that brings you to another video I have on you know, doing an actual delete on a 5th gen Cummins. All right, this 5th gen is completely deleted, EGR, DPF, all that stuff. Def tank's still in it, but it's not gonna use it anymore. Just gonna go over it quickly before we go out and test her out. Okay, so the EGR valve was here. There's a pipe over here, your cooler, this other valve over here. It's all gone. Kind of just looks like a 5.9 Cummins now. Pretty similar anyways. I fill all the old connectors with dielectric grease and tape them up just to keep corrosion or moisture out so they don't corrode. Back here in this blocker plate, if you can see that, there's an EGT probe so we can monitor exhaust gas temperatures. But yeah, that's most of under the hood. In the cab, we got this nice Edge CTS3 monitor just to monitor stuff. This does not tune anything. This just is a monitor. The tunes are programmed onto the ECM. There's 4 tunes. I know this says 5, but there's actually only 4 on here. We got 45, 75, 90, and 120 horsepower. You can just move that dial, and that's all you do to change the tunes. Then we got a Flow Pro 4-inch straight pipe exhaust with a 4 to 6-inch tip. So it looks pretty good. Like I said, it's straight piped. Just quickly show you underneath. So yeah, just this pipe all the way down right to this flex pipe here. So, and again, all the sensors are just kind of taped up and tied up out of the way. So yeah, that's it. Here is all the old stuff. You got a couple 100 pounds here in filters, exhaust, EGR, cooler, valves, all this crap. So yeah, let's go see how it runs. This truck also has the 68 RFE transmission, so there's a transmission tune on it as well, just to kind of hold the gears a little bit longer and increase that line pressure, just to reduce the chance of the clutch slip in. Also, these trucks, like their overdrive, it goes into overdrive so early, so it kind of just, like I said, holds the gears a little bit longer. It doesn't lug the engine out so much. All right, so first thing, we're gonna obviously see how it sounds, and it's gonna sound a lot different, just because there's literally nothing in the way of that exhaust. So it sounds way different. I noticed that's a little smoky there when I was revving it up. I don't like that. I am not an advocate of rolling coal. I think that's bad. We'll see how it actually smokes, or I'll watch when we're driving. If it's actually smoking when we're driving, when we're under heavy load, then I'll probably tweak these tunes a little bit, or get them tweaked, just because I don't want trucks out there rolling coal. It just looks bad. So this is, people do this stuff just for reliability and fuel economy. That's the only reason why I'd ever do this to my truck. Okay, I couldn't figure out how to get the EGT on this gauge, so we're not gonna be able to see that right now. I think this needs an update, or you have to do something online with it, like everything these days, but that's not a big deal. We're gonna go back out there, we're gonna reset the average economy, and we're gonna do the same drive we did. I'm gonna put it in tune 2, so we'll be on a 75 horsepower tune, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. All right, so just reset it. We'll go for that same drive we did last time, and we'll see how it is. I noticed it's shifting a little bit harder right now than normal. That's just because the transmission has to relearn its shift points. So just because with the tune, it kind of has to relearn everything. So it kind of shifts a little bit rough at first, so I don't want to drive it too hard. But yeah, we'll go for this drive. I can instantly, though, just hopping in here, first thing I noticed is throttle response. This thing is just like super peppy. The throttle, like, it just wants to go. As soon as you touch that throttle, it's just instant throttle response compared to whatever it was before. Like, it was kind of more, I thought it was fine before, but now feeling it like this, I'm like, holy crap. It was a lot leggier at first. See if you can hear it a little bit, but honestly, this thing just wants to go, like, as soon as you go. It's actually crazy how big of a difference it makes. It's just, I feel like I'm driving more like a sports car now than I am driving a truck. It's just, it wants to go. It's got power right when you want it, when you need it. And it's like there's no turbo lag, nothing like that, no throttle lag. It's just, you're going, you're gone. And it's just like a steady, it's almost like you're being pushed, kind of like if you've ever surfed before and that wave is like pushing you. It almost feels like there's a wave behind you that's just pushing you forward, like it just wants to keep going. Like, it's a pretty cool feeling. Also, we got pretty much the same exact wind conditions as we did the other day, so this should be a pretty comparable video. We'll be able to get a pretty accurate comparison between the two. Right now at 100 kilometers an hour, we are getting, about 10 liters per 100. I don't know, like it's quite a bit better. I think it's better anyways, we'll see. I also kind of thought that because these tires are bigger, the speedo might be a bit out. So if it says we're doing 100 kilometers an hour, we might actually be doing like 105 or something. So, but that shouldn't make much of a difference. Oh, it feels so good. Okay, so I don't know if you can see this, but we're doing about 110 right now, and our fuel economy is at about 13 liters per 100 on the little gauge up there. We're averaging so far on this trip 14 liters per 100, and it's going down right now. But yeah, like right now we're sitting around closer to about 12, 13 liters per 100, driving at 115 now. This is nuts. So at 100 kilometers an hour, which is just over 60 miles per hour, we are getting about 8 liters per 100 kilometers. So I have to do the math, I'll put it down there, but that's probably like around 30 miles per gallon, I'm thinking. This is actually going to be a ridiculous increase in fuel economy. Like, we're halfway down the trip and we're down to 12 liters per 100 kilometers. I think we were at like 18 liters per 100 kilometers was the average when I was at about this point. So yeah, that's nuts. Also, under acceleration, there's like no smoke out the tailpipe, so it must just be an idle thing. If you rev it up when it's idling, it kind of gives a little puff of smoke, but I'm getting like no smoke when I'm right gassing her. I'm getting nothing, so that's good. That's what you want. 125 kilometers an hour, and we're getting about 10 liters per 100 kilometers. It's unreal. Let's see if we can hear that exhaust brake when we decelerate next time here. Wow, that exhaust brake just slowed us right down. I don't know if you saw in the mirror there, but that's just to show you that there's no smoke under hard load. All right, we are back. 11.7 liters per 100 kilometers compared to, I think it was 15.5 liters per 100. And keep in mind, that would get even better if you were just steadily driving on the highway. You could probably get that to around 10 liters per 100 kilometers consistently. Well, I think I covered everything I wanted to go over, so you can kind of see the differences between it. So fuel economy, that's probably the biggest one. That was a significant increase in fuel economy. And like I said, if you would have just went on a long road trip down the highway or just drove more like that, you would have noticed that average economy get even better. Like that, the fuel economy on this thing is unreal. The throttle response was unreal. It felt more like a sports car than it did a truck. It was just wanted to push you forward. It was just like there was so much torque behind you. It just wanted to go, all while keeping the RPMs low and, you know, not putting a whole lot of stress on everything. Sounds awesome. I love the sound of any diesel truck pretty much, like straight from the engine. Sounds great. But I think that's pretty much it. So this was kind of a requested video because people wanted to see that, like, an after it was actually deleted, to see how they operate. So there you go. If you enjoyed it, please like, please subscribe. Check out the Instagram at DARKIRON Diesel. If you've got questions, ask in the comments. I'll try to reply to you. But yeah, thanks guys for watching. We'll see you on the next video.